it's a definite fact that, you know, black women are overly sexualized. I mean, we see it on social medias, we see it in all that we read, and black women are expected to have sex appeal.
Oof. Yeah. Oh gosh, these questions. Oh my gosh. Whew. Oh, what is the best thing about being a black woman?
Everything.
The whole thing.
I think there's a lot.
What isn't great about being a black woman? Like,
I don't know. It's just great.
I was actually thinking about this yesterday about like, I'm such a black woman supremacist to the point where like, it might be troubling.
You know, one thing I realized about black women, let's think about colors, né? There's not one color that I don't wear that doesn't accentuate the melanin.
It's beautiful, we have cool hair, we're cool. Black women move amazing. They put things together, like their outfits, their hair, their makeup, like so amazing. Like you could give a black woman 2 cents and she can stretch that into like $1 million. Like
I absolutely love the sisterhood of black women. Guys, we don't even need to know each other, but we got each other. We're always hyping each other up.
I think black women really support each other. That's one thing I've really experienced. We support each other, and also we stand up for each other, you know.
It's been black women who have consistently supported me, and it's been black women who've also consistently kept me in line and check, but in the most loving of ways.
If given the chances, we're confident, we're very self-aware, we're determined, and I don't want to feel like I have to be determined because I am ABC black woman stuff. I want to just be a person that wants something for themselves.
I love how we really are not only like at the forefront and innovators of culture, fashion, trends, but also we're at the forefront of movements, you know, with the creators, with the leaders in those spaces. Black Lives Matter, you know, fees must fall. When we come together in numbers, we really do come together, especially in a community where you've decided that empowerhood is the agenda of the day, and we're not set on competing amongst each other just because we want to get the male gaze or the male attention now. Black women are always on the front lines of movements, of protests, anything in terms of social justice, we are there.
And I think black women have just so much to give, but we're never given the chance, you know. And man, we're just wholesome overall. Overall, we're just wholesome, honestly.
Are you black first or are you a woman first? Woo! Woo, 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 woo. What a question.
What do you even mean? What do you even mean?
I would love to just say that I was an Aries before anything.
I'm a woman first. I'm a woman first, and because I make sure I'm gonna like support fellow women in whichever way, what race they are, whatever, blah blah blah. And then being black is my other label or my other thing that I join in, and that makes me more persistent in being a woman.
Especially in South Africa, every day I have to factor in situations of, okay, I'm a woman, and therefore there's certain things that I can't do, a certain way I can't dress because I'm going somewhere, you know. So I think that's something that I factor in on a daily basis more than my race. But I don't know to say which one is first. It's quite tricky.
I unfortunately cannot separate the two. Intersectionality speaks to the fact that firstly, when feminism was created, it was only catered to white women. It never really spoke to the experiences that black women went through in terms of the double burden they experienced in life, where as a black woman they experienced the injustices of the system being racist or the state being racist, and then as a woman when they go back home and they have to take care of their children and their husbands, etc., they are experiencing the system of patriarchy and misogyny and all that jazz. So unfortunately I can't wake up one day and decide I'm going to be a woman or I'm going to be a black woman, because the system doesn't favor both of them, and I can't turn either of them off, you know. So yeah, I can't say I'm one over the other because I'm both at the same time at all times.
Actually, before I am a woman, before I'm a black person, I'm a barb. That is the biggest part of my identity, is that I am a proud barb. Yeah, I'm a barb before anything.
Do you think black women are overly sexualized? 110%.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's a definite fact that, you know, black women are overly sexualized. I mean, we see it on social medias, we see it in all that we read, and black women are expected to have sex appeal. You know, I feel like that's we're the one race where we're expected to have sex appeal. You know, we're expected to show off certain parts of our bodies.
And I see it in a lot of my interactions with men where there's a part of them that's very repulsed by me as a concept, but they really also want me at the same time. And I think there's this idea that like all black women are like Jezebels and we're like super hypersexual and we're sexually aggressive as well.
And when we look at situations where, you know, like the rap hip-hop industry, where they usually overexploit women's bodies as a form of this is what women are used for, this is what women are made for only, then I think that doesn't give us enough agency to say that I can choose to be empowered just by wearing a jersey, or I can choose to be empowered just by wearing a bikini. You just assume that women are only made for sex, and that's problematic.
So for instances, I can speak on my experiences on dating apps. If I go to other races, men would be saying, no, I'm not looking for anything serious, but always refer to, you know, the bed, or, you know, I like this feature on you that's, you know, predominantly known to be for black women.
And I see this a lot with white men more than anyone. I think they feel like on one hand, the part of them is very much like gross. Ew, that's a black person, and they don't like it. And I mean, obviously there's like historical reasons why people find black women less desirable. But then there's this other thing where like you're exotic and you're unknown. And also the idea that because you're not as pure as like white women, you're more loose, or someone that they can do certain things to that they can't get away with other people. So you're like the person they're gonna use to explore every side of their sexuality, to try out their kinks and their fetishes, and also try out some very like disgusting behavior.
What we tend to forget is that women do have agency. So women can choose as to what they want to do with their own bodies, and I think there's more empowerment when women choose to want to use their bodies in expressive arts or expressive forms of showing off their bodies than being exploited to. I think there's a major difference there. So when I see your Meg Thee Stallions, your Cardi B's, your Doja Cats, and they're using their bodies as a form of empowerment and also empowering other women who feel not as confident to flaunt their bodies, I feel that that in its sense is empowerment in itself.
Focus on younger women getting sexualized versus the ones that know exactly what they're doing. Worry about the girls, the ones where grown men are dating 15-year-olds. I think that's where we need to worry. Leave the grown women that know exactly what they're doing.
And I think in this conversation it's important to also talk about the adultification of young black girls, where black girls are seen as a lot less innocent than their white counterparts. Their bodies are policed. We become the targets of attention from much older men.
This whole thing of, oh, I was dating older guys in high school, it wasn't actually okay. I used to think, oh no, I'm grown, I'm only gonna date a guy, and then you realize like, why were guys in varsity pulling up to us in high school, pulling up to our high schools, let alone where I've never lied about my age. I'm like, I'm straight up, I'm 16, whatever. And someone that's 25 was ready to step up to me and be like, let's do this today.
And essentially, black girls are not allowed to be children. They are not seen as children a lot sooner than when they stop actually being children.
What are the most fun things you have done, since we don't always get to showcase our fun side?
For me, my fun mainly comes from trying new things, you know, adventurous things.
I love road trips. I really love exploring. In particular in South Africa, we have so many hidden gems that I feel a lot of people need to see.
Acting, performing, I love that. Painting is something that I've taken up that I find like really fun, really cathartic, really relaxing.
Theme parks, going to like art galleries with my friends and just seeing the art, or you know, criticizing it.
Yoga, yoga's been really fun, and like I think learning about it, like when I like or enjoy something, I obsess over it. So now I want to learn about all of it, so not just the physical stuff about yoga, the teachings, blah blah blah.
Last year before COVID, I decided to go to a yoga retreat with a complete stranger. I know in South Africa that's not the best thing to do, you know, not in this situation, but it was that year I said to myself, you know what, I have an adventurous side, but I don't really have that many people to do, you know, these things with. And someone on our yoga group who I've never met before was like, I'm thinking of going to KZN for a yoga retreat, and I was like, I'm there, like I don't know who you are, but that's what I'm doing.
Strange enough, I also like playing games, like actual video games. Like I'm there playing games, either Sims or I'm not a Fortnite girl, please don't get it twisted, but I like playing your indie trivial, you know, casual games.
I read a lot of comic books, and like I watch a lot of comic book stuff. Yeah, I have fun gossiping with my friends. I really love gossiping. I think that's very good for social bonding. I love that.
Listen, I love dressing up and putting on a good outfit. I literally go window shopping for fun. Emphasis on the window, because like I said, cash injection. But I actually really enjoy that.
I even started running. I enjoy that so much now that it's fun. Like I used to hate running. Now it's I like it. It makes me feel good. It's fun.
You have to experience life, and so if you never try, you'll never know. And I'm always just keen to try new things now, and I appreciate that. Yeah.
What would you like to say to young black girls and women who may be watching this right now?
Number one, wear sunscreen every single day.
You are valid. You are worthy.
Stand in your truth. Stand in your power.
Don't dim your light for anyone, and back yourself.
And that your opinions and your experiences are valid.
And also that everything passes. Like, as painful as things are now, it does eventually end, and there are highs to match the lows.
Wake up every morning, affirm to yourself that I am blessed, I'm kind, I'm smart, I can do anything, and do it to the point where you genuinely don't have to say it anymore, where you can just wake up and you believe in it and you affirm it for yourself.
It takes time to find your voice, and it's okay. Allow yourself to explore, to figure out, to try out new things.
Just know that you're great and that you have so much potential. There are going to be times when people put you down just because of your existence. You know, it doesn't mean that you've done anything wrong. Don't internalize that.
Be teachable. Learn from whichever different women you have, like your parents, your mothers, your fathers, your sisters, your cousins, women on the street, women on television, us. Like try to hopefully take something from everyone or every woman you experience, because one thing I know is that the woman I am today is simply because I was lucky, or I opened myself up to an array of different women.
Like, just always keep a good group of like other black women around you. Yeah, there's nothing more vital to your survival and your sanity than having people who look like you and share similar experiences with you. They don't have to agree with you on everything, and you don't have to go through everything the exact same way. But in my experience, like, I've never had better support than like all the black women in my life.
You're never alone in the journey that you're walking in. There are people who have surprisingly opened the doors or made the way for you to walk this journey that you're walking through. And so even in the journey you're walking through right now, there are people that are rooting for you. There are people that are saying that you can do this, even though they probably don't message you all the time. They really do believe in you, and I think you should also start believing in yourself.
If you go into spaces that weren't created for you or don't make a space for you, you can do it for yourself. You create those opportunities, create a new table for yourself, and as is the nature of black women, we'll bring people up with us in any case. So you don't have to wait to get an okay or a stamp of validation from someone else. Get it from yourself and know that your sisters are backing you. And I'm backing you too.
Also, just take up space, man. Take up space and be unapologetic about it.
Yeah. You are magic, girl. Don't forget.
Oh, and subscribe, like, comment, and subscribe. That's all. Purr. Purr. Purr, purr. Oh, and share. The B word. black woman.